to the Adventure of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Cause I don't wanna die before I learn how to feel. Cause the thought of ending it all is too real. It's too real. So I just keep numbing the pain, feeling like there's nothing to say, nothing to say. Cause I don't wanna die before I learn.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio. I'm here with
Jager Henry. Hey, how is everybody?
Oh, you're at Aftershock. We're all good here.
Yeah.
Man, how does it feel to be here at Aftershock?
Like a dream that actually came true, and I'm really scared someone's gonna pinch me and wake me up.
Yeah, hopefully they won't, but
Yeah.
no, they won't. Yeah, so we were actually supposed to talk last week at Louder Than Life.
Yes.
That was a dream, but more like a nightmare because
It
of
was
the
a
weather.
flooded dream.
Oh my God. So I'm glad that you're here and we got together here at Aftershock because this is a badass festival.
Oh, it's sick. Getting to play Louder Than Life even with the rain delay. We got called back to play Saturday.
Nice.
And it was kind of like a roller coaster of emotions because we got to play at 5 p.m. And then we come here and we're back to the 11:45 a.m. slot, back to the reality of it.
I
But
know,
still,
right?
at 11:45, we had a wall of death. And if you were there, thank you, because
man.
that was a dream come true for me to.
See, isn't that wild that you could be that early on the last day
Oh,
and
people
have
were
a wall
there.
of death?
People were there. It was a blessing.
So, music runs deep in your family.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was like your duty to continue this, or did you just love it from being part of your life and decide to create your own world?
There was a time where I did feel like it was like a due diligence to step into it. And I tried. I thought about it, and I kind of messed around with the drums, and I love playing them. But it got to a point where I just kind of did my own path. And the craziest thing I ever said that I've remembered now for when I've said it is I saw 2 pairs of shoes in front of me. I took a few more steps past them, and I found mine.
Nice. I like that. That's
Yeah.
so cool. And it is funny because what was supposed to be my first concert ever, I was 11 or 12, had tickets for this concert for this band that your granddad
That
played
wedding
in.
band?
Yeah, exactly.
Little small wedding band.
Yeah, exactly. And he passed before the show,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was
I mean,
so bummed. I
You'd
was
be
like,
surprised with how many people have the ticket of the show before it happened. And they're like, I still have the ticket from the day, I got a ticket to go. And then everyone heard the news the next day. And I was like, one person actually gave me the ticket.
Really?
I have it. And it's crazy
now that's
because
cool.
it's on the same date of my first show in LA.
Whoa.
So it's a cool thing. I love little souvenirs that can make me feel connected to him, because I feel like if I met him, he'd have been a cool guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was like, my stepmother, she surprised me and got me the ticket to go because they were my favorite band at the time.
Yeah, still mine.
And oh my God. And how could they not be too? They were so diverse in so many different ways. So what do you think you brought from all that history into your music?
I think just the energy. I know my granddad was definitely an energetic soul. And, the way he styled his, drum playing, it was a very different style that he had. And I could say that we kind of do that with our music. We're trying to stay away from the normal or the regular.
I love that.
You listen to the new EP we just dropped, Heart of Thorns, and it's not one song is going to sound the same to you.
See, I love that, and especially for an artist, because a lot of us fans, we don't get it. So, we just want you to write the same song over and over again. But as an artist, man, that's got to be boring if you do that.
I think the most fun thing from an artist standpoint is I love when I do something and you feel like you were the first person to do it.
Yeah.
Even though it's slim chance to none that you were, but it's just trying new things. Like I walk into stores with my friends and like the door dings where the like some stores have like a bing where you walk in. There's one that had like a rail, like weird crazy loop, and I was like up with my voice memos recording it, and we actually added it to
that's
the
cool.
EP. Yeah.
See, I love that because being a musician is experimenting. I remember I played drums when I was a kid, but I never really got that good, okay? And then I went to guitar, and in the beginning of guitar, my dad's like, you shouldn't do that, you suck. And what I was really doing is I just wanted to hear what sounds I could create on the guitar.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to play anything.
Yeah.
I just wanted to experiment. What sounds could I make? And I think that's what an artist does.
I think the coolest thing now is it's a different generation, right? There's all this like dilemma about, oh, these people use tracks, these people use stems, and it's because people of this generation are putting a whole different aspect on music. You know, not everyone who drums now can hit a fill.
Right.
Like, you know, John Bonham or Phil Collins or all these people. So it's like, I think that's the coolest part is technology is constantly growing. Like, I don't know if everyone saw, but Tesla just had a day where they showed off their robots working.
Right.
It's like technology is so far ahead, and we don't want to just stay remaining in the past.
I agree.
Let it be the beautiful, trackless, stemless, iconic rock and roll that it was, and like, let's just keep trying new things.
See, I love that because really, rock and roll has always evolved. You know, your granddad's band wasn't like doing something that was done before either.
Yeah.
I feel also that age, if you were to, you're right with what you said. If you take the good part about that generation of music, no matter what band you mention, they all were like exploring different genres within their music. Like you couldn't call one band anything because they did all different things. The Beatles did it.
It's the whole thing of they did it first,
Right.
you know? And I think that's what plays now is like, I'm not dissing the older generation of music, but if they were coming around now, like with technology, it's like, hey, do you either want to pay another instrument to play this crazy sound effect you have 12 times, or do you want your guitarist to play and have those come through a little bit of tracks? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand it. The younger crowd do. But it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like music is music no matter how it's played.
I get it too because I'm a techie. So like, why not use these tools we have that we didn't have then to create more music, more things? And even the thing, okay, a lot of people will bitch about streaming, which has its negatives, but the other point is you have artists getting discovered that never would have gotten discovered in the old days.
It's
ever.
like cars can drive themselves now.
Right.
I don't mind a couple background vocals coming through the speakers.
Right, exactly. And I think about it like, okay, so I'm watching Priest last night, and I'm thinking, as good as Halford is, I could tell that there was enhancing there too, and it's great.
Everybody's doing it.
But might as well use the tools.
Our goal is to make the show so much fun and so cool for everybody else. We know it's different from recording in the studio. It is. I'm not taking breaks. I'm out of breath up there. So it's like if there's a little bit of like love here and love there, you know, let it happen. And then just enjoy the show because 2024 is just the beginning. I guarantee by 2026 there's robots playing. You won't need to hire a band anymore.
Well, look at Kiss.
Yeah.
They created the avatars.
What is it? The hologram?
Yeah, they have like an avatar band now.
Yeah. Like Tesla robots were just cooking and like handing out stuff to people. Like I wouldn't be surprised and quote me on this because I want to be the one that can be like, I said that first. But in about 4 or 5 years, there'll be a band of just robots.
And that would actually
be sick.
Would be kind of cool to see, you know, because like I grew up
like
in
Static
a time.
X?
Yeah, there you go. And I grew up in a time with, you know, like I saw this future, like the machines and everything. We had them in the movies. I'm like, that shit'll be true by the time I get older.
Yeah.
You know, and here we are living it. And some of it, you know, people like to complain about it, but it's making some lives so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then, like you said, with music, what if you can make the music better? What if you can enhance the music? Does it really have to, the gatekeepers have to, it has to be pure?
Yeah.
Like, maybe.
I think it's just got to be music.
Exactly. And it's got to be.
Quote of the day, it's just got to be music.
What you like. Juris Johnson, a few years ago when I talked to him, I talked to him here too, but a few years ago he goes, I just want to change what rock and roll is. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because why do you want the same stale old thing? It has to evolve.
I wouldn't even say I would like to change it. I want it to be what it was and keep growing to what it can be.
Yeah, evolving.
Yeah.
Evolving. So I have a trivia question for you.
Here we
Funny
go.
enough, if you were to Google Led Zeppelin, what genre would it say?
It says like alternative, indie.
It says heavy metal.
Really?
Yeah, because I had this interview. We were talking about that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and
my
somebody
God.
said that to me. I'm like, no way. I'm like, I know
scream
some,
on my music and it says alternative.
right? I know. We did the old scores that, like, maybe that was the beginning of metal, but we had this discussion. You know who it was? Carmine Appice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we had this discussion, and he said, yeah, people called Zeppelin metal. I'm like, did they? And then I looked it up afterwards. I Googled it, and it said heavy metal. And then,
We got to change that, Google.
right? And then, wait. Then he said something that interview became news. He said, and I don't think Black Sabbath was heavy metal, he said. There's the mic drop right there.
Okay.
So
Wild.
it's funny, different people's perceptions. What he said is he felt Metallica was the start of metal because of that, like, jigsaw-sounding guitar. And I was there for the first Metallica
Yeah.
show, and they got it from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like style, right? Like I wear a pair of jeans and my dad shows me a picture of him wearing those 5 years ago. I'll say 5 years ago to make him feel young. I mean like 50. But it's just everything's coming back around.
Yep.
The world's circling and we're just running right back into the same thing with a little twist on it, you know? Because my dad said to me, he's like, I wore those jeans, but I never wore the crop top.
That's so funny. So tell everybody how they reach out to you on socials, on the web, check out your music, tour dates, and most importantly, buy your merch. 'Cause
Yes.
That's the only way you get to the next gig.
Yeah, merch is available on JagerHenry.com with all the new tour dates coming up. We're going to be touring with Let Down in November and with JBLZE in December. Get your tickets online. Stream the music, Jager Henry on Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music. And the new EP, Heart of Thorns, is out now.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Everybody definitely has to check you out because you're badass, and I'm glad you were here at Aftershock, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.